From a swampy, unwanted island, they built a golden empire. And in one breathtaking moment, it all came crashing down. This is the incredible story of the rise and fall of the Aztec Empire. Imagine this. It's the 14th century. A wandering tribe, the Mexica, arrive in the Valley of Mexico. Nobody wants them. They're pushed onto the swampy, marshy islands of Lake Texcoco. But they have a prophecy, a divine promise. Their God told them to build their home where they saw an eagle perched on a cactus, devouring a serpent. One day, against all odds, they see that exact sign. On a tiny, muddy island, they begin to build their city Tenochtitlán, a city destined for greatness. And what a city it became. The Aztecs were master engineers. They turned a swamp into a thriving metropolis. They created chinampas, ingenious floating gardens, to grow food right on the water. They built magnificent temples, grand palaces, and vast causeways, connecting their island city to the mainland. In its prime, Tenochtitlan was larger and cleaner than most European cities, with canals for streets and bustling markets filled with treasures from across their empire. Through fierce military might and shrewd alliances, they came to rule millions. At the heart of it all was the Templo Mayor, the great temple, where they honored their gods. They believed human sacrifices were necessary to keep the sun rising and the universe in balance. For nearly 200 years, their power was absolute. Then, in 1519, everything changed. Strange vessels appeared on the eastern coast, Spanish ships, led by Hernán Cortés. To the Aztecs, these pale-skinned men riding strange beasts called horses were like beings from another world. Some even wondered if Cortés was the returning god, Quetzalcoatl. Cortés, ambitious and clever, saw the empire's immense wealth. He didn't just attack. He formed alliances with tribes who hated Aztec rule, turning the empire's enemies into his own powerful army. The Aztec Emperor Montezuma II made a fateful decision. He welcomed Cortés and his men into the glorious Tenochtitlan. The Spaniards were awestruck. They called it a dream city. But beneath the surface, tension was building. The Spanish lust for gold and power was insatiable. They took Montezuma hostage, hoping to control the empire through him. But the Aztec people were not so easily subdued. The city erupted in rebellion. During a chaotic night known as La Noche Triste, or the Night of Sorrows, the Aztecs drove the Spaniards out, inflicting heavy losses. It was a victory, but a temporary one. Cortés was relentless. He regrouped, bolstered his forces with thousands of indigenous allies, and returned in 1521 to lay siege to the great city. He cut off the causeways and aqueducts, starving Tenochtitlan. But a far deadlier enemy had arrived with the Europeans, smallpox. The disease swept through the city, killing warriors, leaders, and civilians who had no immunity. It was a biological catastrophe. After 3 months of brutal warfare, starvation, and disease, the once mighty capital fell on August 13, 1521. The Aztec Empire was no more. The fall of the Aztecs was more than a conquest. It was the collision of two worlds. A civilization that had risen from a swamp in just a few centuries was shattered in a matter of years. The Spanish built Mexico City directly on top of the ruins of Tenochtitlan, trying to erase what came before. But a legacy like that can't be erased. It lives on in the language, the food, the art, and the spirit of modern Mexico. The eagle on the cactus is still there. Right in the center of the Mexican flag, a timeless reminder of a legendary empire born from a prophecy. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories from history. See you next time.